Okay, so a couple things as usual. I took Stella to the lake, and I drank a half a beer. So if I seem even more weird than normal, then that's why. But it just kind of goes with it, man. You gotta totally. I don't know. I remember like there's certain memories. The lake just makes you want to have a beer. The drive-in. Oh man, I miss drive-in theaters. God, that was fun times. But anyway, so we went to the lake. There were fucking people there with little kids, with these things across outside. Oh my God, I'm fucking kidding me. It should be child abuse to be that fucking stupid. Honestly, I mean, it's mean, but you know, I've had to have a beer. Fuck it. I'm going there. You're goddamn fucking stupid. You shouldn't even have kids if you're this fucking stupid. Seriously. I mean, god damn. Outside, out of the lake, we're surrounded by forest and mountains. Oh my god, it's just so beautiful. And the air has got to be the cleanest air around. Oh my god. Is it compliance or is it just fucking goddamn ignorance? Because it's so fucking stupid. Seriously, I'm just, oh. You know, you want to walk over and ask them, like, what is the logic behind this? Because it seems that some of these people are just so, like, I don't need to think for myself. The government does it for me. They tell me what to think. Don't ask me, you know. I gotta tune in for the latest narrative. I'll let you know in an hour. It's like, fuck. Oh my God. But the other thing too, so while I was driving, and you know, it's only been a few months. I was trying to think like, okay, so winter just I'm sorry, but I have so many. This is one of the problems with the brain injury, is trying to figure out a timeline kind of thing. And so I was trying to figure it out, and I was thinking, okay, so it just got over, and now it's actually spring. And then so we had winter, so we definitely didn't go to the lake. And then it was fall. And I think that's when Winston died. And then it was spring and summer. So I'm positive in the spring and summer. So within a year or, 6 or 9 months, say, since I've been to this lake, oh my God, I felt like I was lost the whole time. I kept thinking I made a wrong turn. I was like, this does not look right at all. And for some reason, I kept thinking that this drive was these wide open fields with views of the mountains. And I don't even know why I thought that or whatever. So when I was driving, I was expecting that. That's what was in my head. So I was driving, and it just was the whole time forest the whole way. And I was like, oh my gosh, this doesn't look right. I think I'm lost. And then also I passed a tractor, which to me, when I pass a tractor and you live out here like this, I like it. You know, it used to annoy the fuck out of me when I was driving, when I was doing the traveling nursing for the local communities, because you would have to go out in these rural farm communities where people didn't go to work. And you would always get stuck behind these tractors and shit. And I would be like fuming. But now it's like, it's kind of nice. It makes you just remember what, what it's all about in America, what got us. So, well, any community, not just America, anywhere where, there's people out farming and building and making food for us. So, anyways, so after I passed him, and he was going slow as shit, what tractors do. And it was like this Porsche or some kind of like really small sporty car with no lid, was going super fast around the turns. And I was like, oh, fuck. That guy doesn't even know what's going to be around the turn up there. But, you know, I mean, I couldn't warn him. So then I was listening because my window was down. I was listening like, am I going to hear a loud crash? It's going to be a loud explosion. But he must, you know, got around him or whatever. But I don't think he was expecting that. I don't think people, when they come out and drive around out here, they're expecting some of the stuff. And it's crazy because, you know, I hadn't lived rural. I don't know. I did for like 6 months. I lived in a small town in Colorado. But the rest of my life, I've always been a city person. Well, you know, I was born out in farming community. But I mean, I don't remember that. Where I grew up was always the city. And it was during the, when they were trying to desegregate and, you know, there's been a lot of pressure about it because there was a whole bullshit thing. So, you know, it was like a lot of suburbia and inner city just became kind of one. And when I went back to visit, it was the suburban area had just totally become inner city. What was I gonna? So when we went to the lake, and those fucking people out there in their fucking masks committing child abuse, it's like, your children only have a couple of airwave. You know, you can cut them off. Kids, learn how to breathe through the things. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know what's going to be up with this group of kids. I swear to God, they've fucked with this group. I think this group is coming strong. Like, I really believe that these souls knew what they were coming in for, and they're little warriors. But fuck, they're being hit hard right in the beginning. But so I was talking about driving and feeling so lost. So the crazy thing with the people not expecting with the rural and moving out to the rural, and just after my friend had said that, you know, and I've been thinking so much about how different it is when you move out to the rural. And I think that some people don't really get it. And I was thinking, you know, it's where you can't get delivery. No food delivery at all. That is rural. Like, you're out. If I want to go into the grocery store that's not at a gas station somehow attached, or there's a grocery store now that has built, is like, I don't know, 16 miles away or something. And, but it's like an all-in-one center, you know, it's got food, hardware, you know, everything you could possibly need. And it's super expensive. And all the other ones are gas station places. This is you know, this community was a vacation place for Canadians. This whole community was built for Canadian vacation homes. And, you know, and then the druggies moved in and tried to work them out because they weren't here all the time. So they started stealing from them and squatting in their houses and tearing them up and shit, and turned it into kind of a druggy community with a lot of Canadians just trying to cut their losses. And then it became, because, you know, we're outside of Seattle and we're right off the ocean, that, and it is not very much coastal space. Like in California, there's like a long coastal space, you know, and everybody's like packed up there that's super rich. But then they go out. Like, there's so many people who spend so much money, you know, $1 million fucking dollars, and they're still an hour away from the ocean, you know. And it's the ocean, and then the jobs. That's how they bring in the job. It's all a system. It's just a system to drive up prices. And okay, so back to, when I was driving, I was getting totally like lost. I was so confused. And then this sign came up, and it said it was a Silver Lake. So I was like, fuck, I didn't think it was on the right. I thought I had to turn left. But, you know, I have a brain injury, so I can't think like, I gotta just, hold on. Drama queen. Drama queen alert. Yes, my dear. Okay, I'm doing something here. So, okay. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. So I turned, and then as I was driving, so it was this new like development. I guess they're thinking that the Canadians are coming back because they built a whole giant new thing, and they already had one part of the lake that was like that, but now they built a second. So I was driving through it. There's no people in it yet. Well, one person, but it was probably the host. And so I was driving, and it just was going all over. And I didn't know where I was at. And that is like, that is one of the things that that I really noticed when I first had my brain injury, when it first became apparent to me, the things was like I would go to the mall, and I'd be standing there, and I would have no idea how to get out, and I would start like panicking, like I'm deep in the mines or something, and I don't know how I'm going to get out, and they're collapsing around me or something. No, I don't know what it is, but it starts panicking me. So when I'm driving through there, I start having that feeling again, like, oh fuck, where the fuck am I? And where is this going to go? Am I going to get lost? Does this just keep going? Am I going to start going around in circles and I'm not even going to know? And that is where, a lot of other people see my brain injury because I believe in aliens, and I think the government's corrupt as motherfucker, and that we're living in the matrix, and you have to break free, and you have a spiritual connection to the universe. So everybody thinks, I'm a nut. But to me, the brain injury part is that. It is when people walk up to me and start talking to me like they know me, and I don't have the fucking clue who they are. And, that's freaky. That's one thing when they show it in movies. Oh, she's being very dramatic. And we walked and walked. She would not get back in the car. I told you were going to be sore. You can't just walk and walk and walk like that, lady. And, but that is one of the freaky parts, is like people can trick you. I've had so many people sitting there telling me that this happened, this happened, this happened. And the whole time I'm thinking, bullshit. I can't have any recall of anything they're talking about. Not a single thing. There is nothing in my head. And they're telling me all this stuff I said and stuff. And then you have to like trust them. And not everybody's trustworthy. People have issues. People have things they're trying to trick you to make, their point valid, I guess. I don't fucking know what's so fucking important. But, yeah. That is where I started telling my brain injury, though. Is when I'm driving and I get like I just get lost. Like I don't even, that is when I ended up going to the doctor, where I was like, okay, something's really wrong. My kids say I've got dementia because they kept putting me off and putting me off. Nobody want to deal with it because it's medical malpractice. And that's what happens, especially in a town the size I was in. And so that is definitely, driving somewhere, and then only a few months later, nothing looks familiar. The only way it was, I kept thinking, okay, I know there's these house up here that has these weird little pottery things. And so if I'm on the right road, I should be seeing those little weird pottery things. And then once I did, then I felt like, okay. And then there was a field, but it was right before the lake. The whole entire drive was forest on both sides, which, that's so creepy at night. That's when my friend saw Bigfoot. It was forest on both sides. She was in the Appalachian Mountains driving at night by herself, but it was up there where she said it was forest on both sides. And then he came running out, and then he started pacing next to her car, So she was going alongside of him and she was freaking the fuck out. And then he just got up faster and then crossed right in front of her. So she saw him from the side and then she watched him go in front of her. Yeah, have somebody, your best friend, tell you that story and then say, oh no, that's not real. She's scared shitless, man. So anyways, that's where I see where I have, my memory that I can't remember things and people telling me, and that it does make you kind of paranoid that people can just trick you. And that's why you got to be careful over who you can trust. That's why I think, you kind of close in your circle a little bit. Like, I don't know. Maybe I've closed mine in too much. It's me and Stella. It's me and Stella against the world. I've got her. I'm trying to teach her how to talk. I've been really working on Mama. She hasn't gotten it yet, but she's... I know, I hear you. God, I get it. You're upset. Okay, now I feel like I'm getting too... Maybe it took that long for the beer to kick in, because now I feel kind of ditzy. But there was something else I wanted to say too, before I end this drunken rant. I'm gonna go to Mount Shasta. I decided I'm gonna start going and doing stuff, man. I'm gonna go drive that. This wasn't what I was gonna talk about, but it crossed my mind while I was talking, and so I just gotta throw it out there. The Pacific Coast Highway is supposed to be super beautiful, and then you drive right along the ocean. So I want to go do that. I've heard it's really pretty, and it's, that's the kind of drive I can handle. I really want to go to like Nashville and Memphis. There's so many places I want to go, but I'm not. There's no fucking way I'm flying. Not until shit changes. Fuck that. I am not going on no. Especially these airlines. Fuck them. The bullshit, man. They're not for us. They're corporations. All the airlines, even when there was small airlines, like I remember when Southwest started, all the small airlines all got bought up by corporation. Everything that we do and try and do is all managed by corporations. And corporations are the controllers. Corporations are the fingers of the controllers. It's like how they puppeteer us through the corporations. Dun, 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 like fucking creepy circus motherfuckers. So, I don't know. Tomorrow we're gonna go to the lake. I'm gonna get more situated. It's so beautiful. I was like, man, I'm just gonna come out here and just sit with her. She did not want to leave. Oh my God. It was crazy. Every time we go up the car, she would just suddenly take off and start dragging me through the thing. And she was like, fuck that. No way. I'm not good. I kept going, we'll come back tomorrow. But I was like, oh, I gotta remember. She doesn't know what that means. Oh my gosh, she's so dramatic today. Well, lately. Hold on. Okay, dog. Very dramatic, has to hurry and get in so she can sit on the couch and cry at me and then hurry to get back out. I don't know. It's my life. But, it's my inner circle. So the Mount Shasta thing. So I was thinking, okay, I want to do the Pacific Coast Highway Drive. And I'm going to go down and I'm going to cross, go over to Mount Shasta. Because a lot of people who are spiritual say, oh, that's a super powerful place. You got to go get crystals and all this shit. And so I was like, I want to go and go feel it. There's people who talk about the earth chakras. And I believe Mount Shasta is a part of the earth chakra system. It's supposed to be a highly charged place. So I was like, I'm going to go check it out. And so I was looking at the hotel things. And, they all say pet friendly. But a lot of people think, when you're traveling with a fucking poodle. It's 10 pounds. And so I reserved the room. But then I said, I'm traveling with an English Mastiff. Is that going to be a problem? And, they said, oh, no, of course, dogs are fine, whatever. But I don't know. I mean, my daughter wouldn't even let me come and stay at her house because of her. People are so, and then they wrote me back and they said, and if it's, what is that called? One of those dogs, like if, I have a disability, I have a brain injury, and she does help me, but you have to go through this extensive training and pay out, of course, it's government. So you have to pay licensing and all that shit, to have one of those dogs that they say is what is it? Disability person dog. So, those ones can stay for free. I got to pay for her, but those ones can stay for free. And I wanted to write back and say, well, she's my bodyguard. Does that count? Because she's my bodyguard. If we go to the store or anything, especially a man, if he walks up to the thing, she just starts barking and barking and barking and barking. It freaks guys out. Guys are scared of dogs. I'm telling you, women. If you want to have something, if you want your own little cushion between you and a bad guy, get a fucking dog. But not a little dog. Little dogs are just bitches. I mean, you may as well just figure if you get a dog that's little and it's not a bitch, then I don't know, it's a freak. Most little dogs are just bitches to everybody. So I really think there's something about their souls. I think that they have got less consciousness. I swear to God, it was Stella's side. Well, Winston was a special case. I think he was just here to just give love. That was his experience he came for. He didn't have to think about anything. He just wanted to give love. But Stella actually tries to think. I watch her. I watch her think. I watch her process thoughts. It's crazy. And then she goes and does it after she processes it. I think there's so many people who don't give their dogs enough time to process. They're just screaming and yelling at them all the time. Scream and yell, scream and yell. The dog doesn't even understand that. I don't scream and yell at Stella. And if I ever do raise my voice, I'm not the most nicest person when she wakes me up. I've had no sleep. Again, last night, I think I've been up since I don't know. By the time I finally got up and came out and looked at the clock, I think it was 5. But I had been laying in there awake so long. I was like, okay, this is fucking bullshit. I may as well just get up, go drink my tea. That's my favorite part. I love to get up and drink my tea and then check and see if I have messages from my guides. And there always is. And they're very consistent. They'll answer my questions. People can think that's weird or whatever. Ask the questions. Get in touch with your guides. And you'll find, however you tell them to answer you, they will answer you. And mine and I have a special communication. And we do it in the morning. Even in the afternoon. If I start asking them stuff, they're just like, hey, we'll get to you in the morning. We're busy right now. Living our dead lives. We think it's dead. It's just a transition. People think it's the end. You've just got one. Make the best of it. Not everybody gets a good one. A lot of people get a really nasty one, but, you only get that one. It's like the people who have one that's kind of decent and then they still complain, but they think, man, they rolled a 7 3 times or whatever. I'm not a gambler, so I don't know. I think that's a thing, though. Maybe the 7's the bad thing. I don't know. I don't fucking know. So, okay, well, I've probably said everything I can think of to say. There's probably more. I think I could just sit here and talk all day. Sometimes I'll be out doing stuff and I'll think, oh, maybe I just got to get one of those little sticks and then just walk around. I get now why people start doing that, because then when you feel like you're sharing stuff and you're talking to someone, even though there's no one there, and there will be someone in the future, and hopefully it's only going to be people who have enough capacity in their brains to understand that they can turn somebody off if they don't like them, and that it would be people who would like what I'm talking about, and that they want to talk about it too, and that they are from the same kind of whatever dimension, realm, or whatever that I'm from. And they're on my wavelength, you know. I keep on getting these things about, that that's how you build these communities. You got to get yourself out there, and then they will come to you, and you will find your people. So I don't know. Y'all are out there somewhere. I'm talking to you now. I don't know when you're going to hear this, but I'm waiting to talk to you every day. So talk to you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.